Hi, May May. Hi, Walter. Happy Halloween 2020. I'm sorry that you won't be able to go out to go trick or treating tonight, but here is a Pup Catiliver Gang Halloween story that might take the place of all that candy, or might not. It's called the Icewing Mystery. Icewing Mystery. So, May May, Walter, and the rest of the puppies are hiking in the New Hampshire mountains. And there's a new addition, a new member of the puppies. It's the sorceress. The sorceress figures that the puppies would be able to help them because they're very good detectives. The puppies would be able to help her find Fat Hugo, the butterfly king, and she began to hang around with him. So even though she got most of the spells wrong, she was not a great student at sorceress school. She always tried to help, and they liked her. So she became the newest puppy. So now you've got the sorceress with all the other puppies, and they're hiking along in the New Hampshire mountains, and they see a glow, a huge glow, bright as heck, coming off of Cannon Mountain, right? Glow, the mountain is glowing, right? And also a horrible, piercing sound, like like somebody is crying, weeping, howling, terrible sound. And they get close, and as they get closer and closer and closer, they realize that it's not Cannon Mountain. It's a dragon the size of the Prudential Center. A dragon, not the mountain, a dragon. The size of the Prudential Center. And it's an Icewing dragon. It's an Icewing dragon, an Icewing dragon. And it's got a crown on its head. Not this crown, but a crown on its head, the size of Fenway Park. So it must be the Queen, Queen Glacier. Queen Glacier. And while she's weeping and crying, people don't realize that they're not really on a mountain, that they're on a dragon. But they don't care, they don't know, and they're skiing. So they're skiing down the back of the dragon. And of course, it's an Icewing dragon. So what does an Icewing dragon produce? Ice. It's very slippery on this the dragon's back and on these slopes. But the skiers figure, well, with the snow, it's the snowmaking machine. It combined with the rain, froze it, black ice, all of this. And so they're skiing down, going pretty slow. They're just doing, the best they can. And the Queen doesn't notice any of this, that there are people skiing on her back, because she's weeping, she's crying, she's distraught, she's completely out of it. So the dragon's tears, they don't stay as liquid. Of course, it's an ice dragon. So the dragon's tears, as they come down, they turn to ice, right? And then there are people who are skiing by, and some of these tears splatter on top of the skiers, and they form ice statues, right? So now you've got all kinds of ice statues around. People's going, all these ice statues, but people are still skiing by until, a woman says, "Wait a minute, I recognize one of these statues. Isn't that Mr. Himmelfarb?" And her husband says, "Oh, I don't know. Let's just keep skiing." And then she says, "No. There's Mrs. Batchigaloop in the other one. There's something very strange about this. I don't think that the ski area put these here like as some sort of an artistic statement to beautify the slopes. I think there's something wrong, and I think we should leave." And her husband looks at her and says, "The lift tickets were really very cheap. It was really like they were free. I didn't have to pay anything for these lift tickets. Can we stay a little bit longer? We're doing okay here. Let's just stay a little bit longer." All of a sudden, Queen Glacier, not Queen Fleischer, Queen Glacier. Queen Glacier is racking with her breaths are racking. She's she's really distraught, crying, everything else, and she begins to shake. And the mountain, which is not a mountain, her back begins to shake, and all of a sudden, people are starting to be thrown all over the place. And somebody screams, "Earthquake! earthquake. And they say, well, okay, earthquake. And they all ski down the bottom of the dragon. They ski off of her tail, right? And they ski away. All right, so now we've got the puppies who are watching all of this. They notice the whole thing. And fortunately, Queen Glacier went to the best dragon schools. She's the queen. So you go to the best schools if you're the queen, best dragon schools. And so she speaks a lot of different languages, right? She speaks Sandwing, she speaks Mudwing, she speaks Nightwing. Obviously, she speaks Icewing, but she also speaks English. She speaks English. Nothing like a multilingual dragon, right? Very important. Okay, so So Maymay and Walter ask her, what's the matter? Why are you crying? And she says, my baby, my baby was stolen. My little son was kidnapped and I can't find him. Oh no, what am I going to do? Maymay looks at Walter and the rest of the puppies and she says to herself, really, not out loud, how can a dragon be kidnapped? How do you kidnap a baby dragon? I mean, and who could have done it? The whole thing was really a little strange, but we'll help you. We'll help you. So they ask, so what happened? What happened? And she says, he was in my arms. He was in my arms. I was feeding him when all of a sudden a mud ball the size of this house splashed me in the face. And I realized it was the Mudwings, our arch enemies in the Great Dragon War. The Mudwings had attacked. And I realized all of my people, not my people, but my dragons, they're being attacked by Mudwings. I've got to go help them. I've got to protect them. I'm the queen. So, but she's got Ice Boy in her arms, and she's got to protect him too. So she puts him in a cave, and she figures it's going to be safe. And she goes off to help everybody in the fight. And she's fighting, and she comes back, and he was gone. My baby is gone. Please help me. Please help me. So Maymay says, of course we'll help. And she turns to the sorceress. And she says, wait a minute. She says, we need the world's greatest reporter and detective. Not Etna, him, right? We need the world's greatest reporter and detective. Yes, we need Tintin. We need Tintin. Can you bring him here? And the sorceress says, okay, I'll give it a shot. I'll try. Let me see what I can do. And so she looks up at the sun and she says, Mother Sun, thy guiding light, shining down on us so bright. Wish you might, bring Tintin to us pretty quickly, like right now. So it didn't rhyme. It wasn't perfect, but she got the idea, And all of a sudden, with a deafening sound, there's lightning, there's thunder, and poof! Standing there next to the puppies is a dog, a big German Shepherd dog. And Maymay says, what is this? A dog? Where's Tintin? And Sorceress says, I don't know. He should be here. Wait, let's check his collar. Let's see what his name is. And there's something also attached. And Maymay says, she's checking the collar. It says, Rin Tin Tin. Rin Tin Tin. Who is Rin Tin Tin? Meanwhile, Bear, the dog, is thrilled to see Rin Tin Tin, right? Another dog. And he and Rin Tin Tin begin fooling around. We call him RTT, by the way. Tintin is TT. RTT, or Rinty, sometimes we call it RTT. And they start playing with each other. And they licking and sniffing each other's butts and rolling around, tripping everybody. Having a lot of fun. Dogs, they're dogs. And they're having a great time. Okay, wait a minute. Maymay says, there's an iPhone on his collar. And it's got a video. Let's look at the video. And here is Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. I'm sorry. A little interruption there. I should have turned. I should have. Okay, here we go. This is what they see on the video. Rin Tin Tin had his own TV show in the 1950s. He's a famous, famous dog. And Mei says, the sorceress, you brought us a dog from the 1950s, Rin Tin Tin from the 1950s. How can he help? And the sorceress said, well, I guess when you said the word detective, it probably stuck in my mind, but I wasn't when I was casting the spell. And listen, Rinty is actually a detective. He helps the army find people and help them solve mysteries. Maybe he can help solve this one and find Icebox. And all of a sudden, a blast of cold air comes from the dragon from Glacier, who knows that the dragon's name is not Icebox, it's Ice Boy. And boom, Mei feels, the sorceress feels real cold. And she goes, sorry, I meant Ice Cube. Another blast, a blast of fresh air, ice air. And she goes, no, Ice Boy. Maybe Rinty can help us find Ice Boy. And Mei says, all right, we'll see what happens, but keep trying to get Tintin. We need Tintin. Okay, so the sorceress keeps trying, and lo and behold, in a few minutes is more lightning and thunder and rain, and not rain, but lightning and thunder, and all of a sudden, poof, here is Tintin with his dog, Snowy, right? So now you've got three dogs, right? You've got Bear, you've got Rinty, RTT, and you've got TT's dog, Snowy, and they're all rolling all over each other, smelling each other's butts and licking and jumping on people's legs and peeing all over their dogs, right? So they're having a good old time and everything. And now Tintin is there, and he says, what's going on here? What's going on? This is, crazy. And they fill him in. Now, it's not very hard to fill him in because you've got a dragon the size of the Prudential Center who's crying and a few feet away. And he says, okay, let's fan out and cover these mountains. Someone or somebody or something who stole the baby Icicle, oh, sorry, Ice Boy, couldn't have gone very far, right? Because it's a dragon boy and there's mountains, right? So not easy to go around. Okay, so they split up. And everybody's going in different mountains, and Mei and Walter and RTT, that's Rinty, right, are following a trail when all of a sudden they hear a song. We're the Doomies. Legion of... No, wait a minute. Hold it. Oh, we're the Doomies. The Legion of Doom. Yeah, we're the Doomies. Sorry. We're the Doomies. Legion of Doom. Yeah, we're the Doomies. The Legion of Doom. We're new and improved. Prepare for your ruin. Prepare for your ruin. Okay, it's the Doomies. The Legion of Doom. Huh? Legion of Doom. They're back. They are back. So Mei calls everybody together, and they creep over a clearing, and they see all the Doomies talking about the plan. And they hear them say, "Did Lex Luthor tell you the plan? After we kidnap the dragon, we take him out on Halloween night, which is tonight, full moon. Whoa, very scary. And when the people see him, they'll open their door, not realizing that it's a real dragon, not a fake dragon costume, a real dragon. And once they open the door, the dragon, first of all, is going to eat all the candy, because that's what little dragons and little kids do. They eat all the candy right away. But then the dragon, no, not the dragon, us, is going to jump in and take over the house. And we're going to go house by house, house by house. We're going to take over every one of the houses until we control the town. And then we're going to go town by town by town until we finally have controlled the city of Boston. And everybody says, whoa, that's a pretty good plan. That's really a good plan there. Except the city of Boston is like 100 miles away, and we're in New Hampshire. And what are we going to go down a highway with the dragon? We got to stop at rest stops. We got to go to the bathroom and have to pee, all this, and then we got to get gas, everything else. They figured, we'll figure it out. We're going to figure it out. We're going to take over Boston. It's no problem. And have anybody seen Lex Luthor? Has anybody seen Lex Luthor? No, they say, we haven't. But wait a minute. Here he comes now. Here he comes now. Whoa, now boy, now, whoa! Now boy, God, I never rode a dragon before. Whoa, 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 get out, whoa, whoa. I'm going to show that to you again because it was interrupted in the middle, and so I think you'll. Oh, wait a minute. Let's try that again. Here we go. Here comes Lex. Whoa, now boy, now, whoa! Now boy, I never rode a dragon before. Whoa, 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 get out, whoa, whoa. Okay, so that's Lex and the dragon. Okay, so the puppies jump into action. They say, wait a minute, we've had enough. We're not going to let him get away with this. We're not going to let them get away with this. And they jump into the clearing, the three dogs, TT, RTT, all of the puppies, the sorceress, the whole group, and they surround all the doomies and they surround Lex Luthor. And they say, okay, Luthor, it's over. Give up the puppy. No, don't give up the puppies. We're the puppies. Give up Iceman. No, Ice Boy. Give up Ice Boy. And Luthor says, ha! You're crazy. I'll never give him up if you don't back up. And he holds a gun to Ice Boy's head and he says, if you don't back away, you'll never see this dragon alive again. And he goes, just try me. Just back up, get away. We're leaving. And Walter Faulkner turns to Lex Luthor and says, not so fast, big boy. Guess who we brought with us? And he motions over his shoulder, and out from behind the mountain comes a dragon, not just any dragon, Queen Glacier. And she sees her son, and she sees what's happening, and she breathes ice all over the doomies, and she turns all of them into ice statues, whereupon Ice Boy sees his mother. He runs to her arms. She comforts him. They start laughing and doing what dragon mothers and dragon sons do, and they head off behind the mountain. And that is the story of the Icewing Mystery. Happy Halloween. We love you, May May. We love you, Walter.